We all know what a quilt is. Used as a noun, a warm covering made up of squares of fabric. But there is a verb as well. To quilt is to join together. Noun and verb come together in the heartfelt purpose of artist Joan Veneziano Davanzo's beautiful work for the terribly disenfranchised, the homeless cats and dogs of the United States.
In 1987, my husband and I adopted our first dog, and of course he was a rescue dog. And by adopting him, it opened my eyes to what was going on in shelters and rescues. So I started working there and doing some hands-on work.
It is the hope of this quilt to join together all the people who see the plight of these animals. Where is their covering as they huddle in doorways, trying to avoid the weather and the pervasive feeling of loneliness? What happened to the fabric of each and every life? And the squares of fabric? On the quilt, they're a place for the famous to sign their names in an effort to help, to join together and clear out the shelters and find loving homes for each of these beautiful animals. Beautiful? Yes, beautiful, as the loving soul of each animal transcends outward beauty and offers unconditional love as no other being can.
The quilt dedication says, "This quilt is dedicated to all the animals that come into our lives, whether in our homes or in a shelter or rescue. With loyalty unquestioned and love unconditional, you are and always will be part of our lives. No stars could glow as brightly as you." And what I started doing then is sending out quilt squares like this one, like this piece over here, to different people, to artists and writers and presidents and dancers. And one by one, they started returning them to me, and I started building the quilt.
On another symbolic level, Joan's quilt represents the possible homes these neighborhood cats and dogs can go home to as they wait for the perfect suitors to adopt them. The animals you adopt will know what you did and will adore you for it. Take their side and they will always be by yours. Here then is the Animal Compassion Quilt. It is the hope of the quilt to join together all those who see and understand the plight of these poor animals. Hundreds of our society's most famous people have expressed their desire to be part of the project. They have done so by adding their signatures. Most of us share the sentiments that this quilt represents, which is why the quilt lives and grows as more people sign it. As the stray animals of America need permanent homes, we too need to find a permanent home for this beautiful work of art. The message that it sends should and must be seen by all.